Hello NBA fans, it's Trish with Blazing Hoops. This video is going to talk about my results for Saturday, January 19th. I made 10 predictions. I recommended betting 7 games and staying away from 3, but of the 10 games yesterday, my predictions came true 8 times and did not come true twice. So that's 80%, and that's very good, and I am working on my skills to be able to pick like that every single day. So if you're watching this video and you want to follow that journey, that would be amazing. And I'm learning some things, and today I want to talk about the line movements. I'll show you which picks won and all of that. And line movements yesterday were kind of surprising to me. They moved quite a bit on certain games, and I want to talk about how that can affect how you might win or lose if you bet on one team or another. So we'll go into that. Okay, so first up I want to highlight my pick for game of the day. It wasn't exciting or glamorous at all, and most of these games of the days are not, but they're the game. I picked the game of the day where I think the team that I picked to win actually has the best chance that day of defeating the team they're playing. So it's a good bet. That's why it's the game of the day. It's always going to be the team and the game that I think has the best chance of winning, and making it so that if you're betting and you're wagering on these games, my game of the day will be, in my opinion, the best wager you can make that day. So it played out that way, better than I even expected. I knew Charlotte would win by at least 10, and they won by 20. So yay for the game of the day. I think it's my 6th correct out of 7 for the week. So very excited. And then I want to talk about line movements, because it can really like influence if you're betting, like whether you win or lose a game. So jump down to the Milwaukee-Orlando game. You know, when I made the video, the line was at negative 9.5. You know, so of course I picked Milwaukee, and I predict they're going to win by 13. That's just a prediction. That's not a guarantee, of course. But if I put money on that when the line was negative 9.5, meaning Milwaukee was favored to win the game, they had to win by 10 points in order for you to win that bet, then I would have won the bet, because they did. They won by exactly 10 points. However, had I waited to put my wager on Milwaukee when the line moved to 10, I would have lost my bet, because Milwaukee then would have had to win the game by 11 points in order for me to win my bet. So I don't know. The line movements on Saturday seem to fluctuate often and frequently, and by a few points either way, 2 or 3 points either way. So just something to be real aware of when you're betting. On to the next 5 games. Okay, so the same sort of thing happened with the line in this Boston Celtics Atlanta Hawks game. When the line was negative 9, meaning Boston was favored to win the game by at least 9 points, meaning they would have had to win the game by 10 points for the bet to be won. I said, I don't think they're going to beat Atlanta by 10 points, and I'm going with Atlanta on this, okay? With the line at negative 9 favoring Boston, you know, Atlanta's got to lose by less than 9 points for me to win my bet. Of course, I'm going to go with Atlanta, and that's what I recommended. So, but what happened is that line didn't stay at 9 for very long yesterday. It jumped around. It went down to 8.5. It went down to 8. It went down to 7.5. It went down to 7. It went down to 6.5. So at 6.5, I probably would have said to stay away from the game. But that wasn't what the line was when I made my prediction. So I'm betting this game at 9, and I'm putting money on Atlanta. I'm winning my bet. But if you waited to bet the game, until it got down to that 6.5 point favorite, Boston, and you put money on Boston, you won. But because they won the game by 8 points, but if you put money on Atlanta, which I recommended, you lost because they lost the game by 8 points. So just the lines fluctuate, and that's something that you have to look at before you just go and place a bet. Make sure that if you're going and betting based on my recommendations, make sure the line is at where it was on the recommendation, or that it's very close to that, and that you're comfortable with that, because the lines are going to fluctuate, and no one really has any control over that. All right, so then the most wonderful thing that happened yesterday for me personally was I predicted the LA Lakers game and the Houston Rockets game exactly correct. That Houston would win by 4. Money went on LA because I didn't think Houston would cover this point spread. And I love it when this happens, and I put a little lightning bolt by that game. And then, I didn't think Denver would cover the Cleveland spread, but they did. So good for Denver, good for everybody who bet Denver. All right, so that's about it. Just wanted to wrap up. I'm thrilled, obviously, with how I picked on Saturday, and I'm hoping to be able to repeat it on Monday when there's 10 or 11 games. I'm going to heavily research my picks, and I'll try to have a video out early in the morning on picks for Monday the 21st, the observance of the holiday of Martin Luther King Jr. And thank you all for watching, and if you liked this video and found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you.